right. All right. So now let's see if we can get where we need to be to get this started here tonight. So I said Second Chronicles. Woo, Delphine, you're knocking stuff over, girl. Second Chronicles 7. Second Chronicles 7. If I can get this thing to let me look at Second Chronicles 7, you gonna let me in? All right. So what we got tonight is we got a panel discussion tonight, y'all. When I say panel discussion, that means that everybody has the afforded opportunity to come in tonight, and I want to talk about something, a very interesting subject. It was really brought to my attention, and it's something that's been on my heart. But I was having a conversation today with Christine George, and she really, she really just ignited it on the inside of me for me to, you know, to know that it was really the will of the Lord. But what I want to talk about is a discussion about how I titled it, "How Important is the House of God?" That's what I titled it. But because in the last few months, that we have been doing so many things with what's come up with the pandemic and all, and so a lot of us, they ended up shutting churches down and all that little type stuff. So I want to see exactly where we are and talk about how important, the house of God is to us and where we are, what has been happening, and there him is. Yeah, there him is. So we got some people in tonight. We got a special guest all the way from up in the Detroit, Michigan area. Miss Pastor Kevin Sanders is with us tonight, and so he's jumping in on the panel to discuss some things. I hope I got it all going right, bro. I don't do this. I ain't high tech like you, bro. I'm just your little sister. I'm just your little sister. I ain't got it all like that yet, but we gonna see what we can do with it. So we're glad to have you among us tonight. But in Second Chronicles chapter 7, I don't want to really just go into a whole lot, but in Second Chronicles 7, one of the most important things that you hear talked about in Second Chronicles 7 is verse 14, where it talks about "if my people." But if you really go in and research that whole chapter there, that is talking about Solomon building the temple of God, is what that chapter is talking about, because it goes to let you know that Solomon finished the temple. And matter of fact, that's verse 11. It says, "Thus Solomon finished the house of the Lord and the king's house, and all that came into Solomon's heart to make in the house of the Lord and in his own house. He prosperously effective." I want to talk about that tonight, because not only did Solomon build the house of the Lord, but he built the king's house as well, which could be synonymous to the pastor. He built the pastor's house as well, then built his house. So I want to talk about the importance of the house of God and what it has meant in these last few months to you to not be able to get in there. Has it impacted you in any capacity as far as like your spirituality? Do you feel as strong, as you did? Do you feel like you're weak, more weak or whatever? So let's talk about it tonight. That's where we're going to go tonight. What I'm going to do is all right, Pastor Sanders, do you have anything first, or do you want me to start out with somebody sharing their experience first?
Yeah, let somebody, I will jump in. So let
you gonna
somebody
jump
else
in?
go first. I'm always
All right.
ready, but
All
I'm
right.
be a gentleman tonight and let somebody else jump in.
All right,
I'll
well,
be ready.
I got a beautiful lady that she was willing to share tonight. Beautiful lady. I love her and her family. She was willing to share tonight to talk to us about this, and her name is Christine George. The Lord is doing some great things within her life and in her family's life, and she's gonna talk to us tonight. She's actually did a nightcap of I think it was last month. She did one of the 9 p.m. nightcaps and done a phenomenal job. So she's gonna talk to us tonight about how this has impacted her and where she stands. So go ahead, Miss George.
Thank you for having me tonight. We had a great conversation earlier today that ignited something that and made me truly realize that what I really missed. And we shared the same points as well. But what happened was, and I've been talking to a member of our church as well, and we shared our story. But what I realized during this pandemic, even though a lot of great things has happened, a lot of awful things has happened, families coming together, what I realized with my spiritual walk, and let me just tell you who I am first. One, I'm a 5:30 in the morning kind of woman. And I have been like that for many, many years. And I go to work at 8 o'clock, but my job is only like 10 minutes from my home. So I'm prepping myself or preparing myself every morning before I go to work, whether I'm praying, I'm worshiping, or doing something to as far as my spirituality. And what I realized when they shut the jobs down and they told us to go home and we had to work from home, and a lot of people was asking me, do you like working from home? And they said, oh, I love it. It's just all this stuff. And I said, I don't like it. And they were looking at me kind of crazy because I'm the kind of woman that needs order. I'm the kind of woman that needs consistency. So that shook me up where I was not getting out of my bed at 5:30 in the morning anymore to pray, to read the word, to worship, to do any of that. I was laying in the bed till 6:30, 7 o'clock, just enough time for me to take a quick shower and jump in on the computer to sign in to work. And one of the things that ignited me yesterday, my husband was praying, and I'm realizing he's prostrate, he's praying, I'm crying, and realize I hadn't had that kind of experience in a while since the doors closed. Since the doors closed on the church. Now, Brandon, I even made a comment. Apostle Madison had a question. I even made a comment about the building and everything else. Because we always say the church is not the church is not the building. The church is within us.
Mm-hmm.
We need the church. We need it. We need it. We need that order. We need that relationship. I found myself backsliding. And what we was talking about, we so caught up in what backsliding is, meaning that so many people think backsliding is somebody that did something real bad, committed adultery, and they too ashamed to go back to church. Backsliding. No, backsliding when you don't commit and continue your path and your relationship with God. Now, everything shut off from us, and I still was not, I should have been closer to God. But I found myself falling away from God. And that scared me. It really scared me. Because I should have been in a better place with him, but I found myself in a worse place. And backsliding is just relapsing back to your undesirable ways.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I didn't know him, I just didn't have that relationship with him anymore. And it scared me. And like I said, I talked over with a fellow member and my relative, and we was like, we just was not there anymore. And it was nothing to do no more than we didn't have that order anymore. In my opinion, I didn't have that order to come to church on Sunday, Sunday school, morning worship, Bible study, all these things that I have been in my mind, I've been doing all my life, taken away, and it was so easy to fall back. So that was my testimony that I shared with Pastor Lee this morning, and it was awesome experience in how God has convicted me of falling away from him. And he's going to chastise you when you begin to fall away. If you're one of his, he's going to chastise you now. So just be prepared. That was my experience of what's going on with the pandemic.
Okay. Awesome. I don't believe she's going to, I don't believe that she's the only one with that type of testimony. I don't. That's why I wanted to do this tonight, to talk about it. Let me put the disclaimer out here. This is not about, you're open to say, whatever you feel. in as it relates to it, whether you can agree with that or whether you could say some experience might be, hey, my relationship with God has just gotten really, really closer. I mean, I've been getting up every morning, just getting in the clouds and flying and floating with the angels, however the case may be. You have that right, you have that right. It's not a one-sided conversation tonight. It's on both ends. It is just, as we are discussing it tonight. So it is an open panel discussion, but we're talking about the importance of the house of God. And what she was saying was that she realized that she needs to be a part of a house. She needs to have a connection. She needs to have that. Is that it was important for her to have that place to go to be able to have the. She brought up about Sunday school. She brought up different little things. So that's important to her. So that's the sentence. You got anything yet?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Let me verse first. So good to be on tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing what God is going to speak tonight in this discussion. Wow, what a hot topic. Let me just start off with this. And you're speaking of just during this pandemic, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So this pandemic has convicted me to a level that God is trying to.
Is that my internet, y'all?
That this is only a temporary place of worship. I believe that I'm just going to speak of here in the Metro Detroit area. Especially a lot of my colleagues in the Metro places caught up more in the buildings and caught up more in what happens in the buildings. And I believe that this pandemic has challenged myself and other pastors, other leaders to step out. That worship is not limited. Place actually has a big sign in front. The place where you hold your Sunday services. God has stretched it so much that the new church, the new place, your temple, has been the home. Church in your home, you can have it anywhere else. And I think a lot of people, have limited church to the building. And I believe that I think this pandemic has taken a lot of people up and understand that my relationship has grown closer since I have not been going to the physical building now. And I say that because God has shown me the power of worship without the choir, without the praise team. Order of service, without the program. Literally, with those doors being shut, I had to make it my own home, my own secret place. So I've seen a side of the church that I've never seen before, if I can put it that way. And that's me to look at your life, and I just challenge us to go out and reach people outside of the building. I believe that these last 9 to 10 weeks, it has shifted my mindset. Building is doing and what people are doing. So I'm trying to write down pause right there, but I want to start off with that point.
Okay. I'm not sure if that's mine. If was he breaking up with y'all?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not sure if it's my internet or if it was your internet, bro. But you were chopping like, you know.
Yeah. Mine has been clear. That's how you've been chopping since I've signed on. So yeah, mine is pretty good on my end, but I've just been kind of watching.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what it is. We'll see if we can't push through it. I don't know what it is. It could be mine. I'm not sure. But okay. So actually, what has happened is there are two sides of the spectrum, and this is amazing to me because I'm actually sitting in the middle right here on the Zoom, in the middle of both sides. Now, you have first testimony that come forth to say, listen, I realize I need to be here. I need to be there in the building. Second testimony says, I've actually grown closer to the Lord, and